I have some things that I have to share with you guys or tell you guys, and there's probably going to be some of you who, let's face it, aren't gonna like what I have to say, but that's okay. So have any of you guys wondered, why am I in the rank that I am and how the do I get out? Well, today, I think I know the reason why. Because in this video, I'm going to guess what type of person you are or what type of player you are based on the rank that you are in Rainbow Six Siege. Some people just simply don't practice enough. Some people blame everything on teammates, and some people just really don't care about their rank. All right, everyone, so let me guess what your rank says about you. Oh yeah, and this is a part 2. If you want to see the part 1 to this video, link in the description. Well, let's start things off with the true gods of Rainbow Six Siege. No, I'm not talking to you champs. I'm talking about the coppers. The coppers are the true gods of Rainbow Six Siege for one reason. They are honestly pretty bad at the game, and they continue to keep on playing Siege even after they get punished and punished of how hard it is to get into, and they keep on playing. They are the true gods, and I'm going to tell you why. That's commitment. Now, to be honest, I don't really know many copper players. I've been a gold/plat player pretty much my entire career in Siege. The only time I've ever interacted with coppers is when I play custom games in my Discord server. If you want to join the Discord server, link for that is going to be in the description below. It's really, really awesome. A fantastic place, and I'm going to really try to start playing more matches and getting into more custom games or unranked games with all you guys in the Discord server. So if you want to get into the server, link in the description. Okay, so what are some things that makes a copper, well, a copper? Well, for starters, a copper player may be a new player to Siege, and having your first season in copper is really no big deal at all. Like, I get it. Siege is a very hard game. Another typical player you'll find in copper are people who simply aren't that great at first-person shooter video games. Now, in some other FPS games, like I'm talking Call of Duty or Battlefield, they have some type of mechanics or ways to help out new players or frankly bad players of that game and put them in lobbies or give them the certain kill streaks or certain things to help newer players. In Rainbow Six Siege, there is no such thing about that, like, at all. It's a tremendously hard game to get the hang of, especially with toxic teammates and people who reverse boost to copper, beating up on bad players, which leads to another person you'll find in copper, someone who purposely ranks there to meme around and troll people. Ultimately though, if someone is in copper and looking to get out of it, just keep on playing the game. Try to learn the maps, especially like really important areas of the maps like staircases. Try to figure out what types of operators you enjoy playing and have success with, but most of all, just try to have fun. It's a really hard game to get into, but once you sink your teeth and you get your hands on Rainbow Six Siege, you get the hang of it, it's a fantastic game to play. Coming up next are the bronze players. Okay, so if your rank is bronze and you're actively trying to get better, there are some things you can work on that will honestly help you out. If you are a bronze, you have better mechanics than a copper and probably have a better understanding of the game. I think the biggest thing with bronze players is either A, they want to get better but don't know how to, or B, they honestly don't care about their rank, and that's okay. For those people who are in bronze and looking to get better, if you really set aside time and focus on improving, you will honestly hit silver or probably even gold in no time. The first thing you need to do is realize what your biggest flaw is. Don't just say, oh, I'm bad at the game. Yeah, we know that. You're in bronze. I'm just kidding. But you have to ask yourself, why do you truly think you're bad at the game? Is it your aim? Is it your mechanics? Is it your basic understandings of the game? Why are you stuck in bronze? What do you think is your biggest flaw about the game? If you have bad aim and movement, but you know your callouts very well and know decent strategies on a basic level, then you're in luck, because those things are probably some of the easier things to fix. Honestly, hop into HUD and set your gun to single fire only or semi-auto and try to land those headshots on the terrorist. Or if you're on a PC, I suggest Aim Lab. It's a pretty good aim trainer. You should go check it out. But if you're struggling on callouts or basic strategies, that's a little harder. But I remember when I used to play on Xbox, I used to be a console player and I was like level 20 in the game. I honestly knew like hardly any of the maps, and some of the maps where I struggled on a lot are honestly knew almost nothing about them. I actually hopped into a couple custom games and just walked around the map and learned where the staircases are, learned where the objectives are, where what objective rooms are in the surrounding areas. And then if you guys didn't know, at the bottom of your screen, for your bronze players, at the bottom of your screen, it basically tells you what the call out is for that room. So that way you can try to learn and memorize some important key areas of the maps and what those parts of the maps are called. That'll help you out a lot for your teammates. Other than that, all you bronze players just need is to focus on team play and remembering that it's not always your teammates' fault you lose or died. Speaking of people who blame others for their deaths, let's move on to the silvers. So silver players are probably some of the most toxic players in all of Rainbow Six Siege. And I also think there's a couple reasons to why that is that might help explain this toxicity in the silver ranks. One, I think the average silver thinks that they're better than what they actually are. So when they perform poorly or when a teammate performs poorly, they are more likely to react negatively to that because they think they should be performing better or that teammate should be performing better. Also, silver rank is where a lot of not so great gold players end up falling to when they or their team don't do so well. So you'll have a gold rank player drop to silver now and they're angry / toxic because of it. Another reason for the toxicity is I do believe that a lot of silver rank players are more than any other rank, to be honest, are more likely to, well, let's say, blame your teammates for their own faults. So it's never their fault they died, or it's never their fault that they lost the round. It's always their teammates' fault. Again, they think they're better than what they actually are and refuse to believe that they're stuck in silver because of their own gameplay. It's always the teammates. Now, if you're someone who is like this, you need to really take a step back and truly ask yourself, why are you stuck in silver? Because I've seen silvers actually dominate lobbies and surprise me so much before and hit crazy shots. So your skill is actually there. It's your mentality that isn't. So ask yourself, are you a good teammate? Do you help out by picking support operators instead of just the fragging operators? Do you help out setting up site or reinforcements or making rotates on site? After you die, do you hop on cams or drones to give callouts to your teammates who are alive? You may go positive every single time or every single match you play Rainbow Six Siege. But if you're not a good teammate, giving good communication or being a good supporting player, contributing to the team or coordinating pushes on attack, then it doesn't matter how many kills you get. And if you're someone who isn't toxic at all and you consider yourself a good teammate, then to get out of silver, use the tips I've said already in the video, but also focus in on high quality mechanical training like flicks, quick peeks, upside down rappel control, and like stuff like that. Now let's move on to the gold players of Siege. Now I feel like when a player hits gold and they successfully stay in gold, they're honestly pretty good at the game. Your mechanics are probably pretty good at this point. You know a ton of callouts, you probably have a squad you play with, and you're probably wanting to push to plat. I wholeheartedly believe that any gold rank can make the push to plat. Now, like I said, your mechanics are good at this point. Yeah, you can still work on improving aim and recoil control just like everybody else, even the pros, but you'll get the most benefit on forming a squad of players around your same skill level with the same mindset of improving. Even kind of bad golds can make it to the plat ranks as long as they have good teammates and a good squad that can help them out and pick them up where they struggle. You may not be the best Ash Jaeger main or the best fragging player, but you might be a hell of a support player like a Rook, Ace, or Mute. If you're gold and trying to push to the plat ranks, you have to remember that at Siege's core, Rainbow Six Siege is a team-based game. Team play is everything. And so is information. Whichever team has more information in a round typically wins. So save your drones in the prep phase, have dead teammates watch flank drones on staircases, or if you're on defense, have them hop on cams. Operators like Mute and Mozzie on defense are just amazing because they deny so much information from the drones, so the attackers will have to push site with limited information. Just remember, you gold players, your success depends on you and your squad. Put in the work, put in the practice, and be kind to your teammates and your squad. Trust me, you'll get to plat. Now, next up are the plats. Now, I really don't have too much to say to plat players, to be honest. You all already know how to play the game, and quite well actually. So last season I was high plat 1, very nearly getting close to diamond, but spending most of my time in Crimson Heist in plat 1 to kind of mid plat 2 area. And it was a true eye-opener that I didn't expect. Like the vast difference in skill level that I noticed from like a plat 1 player to a plat 3 player is honestly night and day. Maybe the highest skill gap between the high end and the low end of the same rank. But there are some things I've learned while solo queuing last season from you guys in Crimson Heist. Even in plat 1 lobbies, you'll still have people only picking fragging ops and not supporting the team. Can't tell you how many times I was really surprised that basic fundamentals to a good team were missing in these Plat 1 lobbies. Things like calling out where an enemy was that killed you, communicating on when you're pushing on an attack, or even basic things like making sure you have a heart breach on the team. There would be times where I would be like the only one defending on site as an anchor, and all 4 of my teammates are roaming across the entire map with like a minute left into the round, and the attacking team is really putting pressure on me on site, and my teammates are nowhere to be found. Now, in some ways, I was really impressed with the strategies being implemented into these Plat 1 lobbies and games, and some of the angles and line of sights I have never seen before in my entire life that I learned from teammates or enemies in the game. But honestly, I was more surprised with sometimes how bad my teammates were. Now, I don't mean bad in the sense that they can't kill people. I mean bad in the sense of they were not team players at all and didn't really care or communicate with the team like in the slightest. Now, of course, I wasn't an angel either. I still make stupid mistakes or mess up badly that costed my team the round or the game as well. But here's some advice that I'll give to any Plats watching. Again, remember that Siege is a team game. Yeah, you can be cracked and drop bodies like it's nothing, but if all you contribute to the team is to get kills without communicating at all or supporting the team, you're a problem. Moving on, now we have the diamonds. So it's going to be hard for me to give advice or guess on what type of person or player you are because I myself have never reached diamond, but I've seen a ton of people play in diamond, and when I was very nearly diamond last season, I would get diamonds that are on my team or on the enemy team. Now let's just get this out of the way first. Once you weed through the diamonds that are cheating, like I know diamond rank suffers a ton from cheaters, it's actually really fun to play Siege in this rank. I was having an absolute blast playing with and against you guys. The games felt so extra competitive in this rank where every death meant that much more and every strategy need to be that much better. I started seeing strats or things I've only ever seen in Pro League up to this point, and it was so cool to see. You guys are truly amazing at Siege, like genuinely amazing. Your mechanics are so close to being perfect, and your game sense and knowledge and strategy of the game is just crazy as well. I did meet a couple cheaters and a couple pretty toxic players in Diamond as well, but what I found is the majority of you guys here in Diamond and Siege are actually pretty good people, like good people, just playing a very competitive game in a competitive mindset. Now, ending off the video are the true masters of Rainbow Six Siege, the champions. Of course, Pro League is like the cream of the crop, but like, damn, you champions, you guys are masters at Siege. It's crazy to think that when I was high Plat 1, almost diamond, I was paired up with or against champion players in my matches. Even players who were literally some of the best in the entire world ranked. And you know what? I got utterly and completely dominated. Like, the sheer skill alone from my puny Plat 1 or Plat 2 ass compared to the champ is just mountains better than me. Odds are you are currently on a team, looking to get into a team, or probably have been on one in the past. You probably play Rainbow Six Siege every day, if not every other day, for at least an hour or a couple hours when you do sit down and play. And I can guarantee you practice a ton as well, whether it's T-Hunt, working on your mechanics, or, you know, in custom games, or just training on aim lab. I know you guys practice a lot. And you probably have a couple Smurf accounts too. You probably have a couple Smurf accounts. Now, if you're a console champion, I bet that like over half of you guys are using mouse and keyboard instead of a controller. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna just throw that number out there to like 80% of console champs aren't controller players, but there truly isn't much to say about you guys and champs. You guys are great at the game, and well, you know it. Just remember to stay humble and help people who are trying to get better at the game, and don't get frustrated at them if they can't grasp what seems to be a simple mechanic to you. Some people just don't have it. Well, everyone, again, let me know what rank you are in the comment section below, and tell me what common mistakes you make or you see your teammates make, and I can't wait to see what you guys say. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. Now, with all that being said, Jeppy out.